Hello, and welcome to our UC Application Information video. During this video, we will discuss important things to know before applying, recommended resources to assist you with completing the application, and things to know before and after submitting. First, let's talk about some important dates and deadlines. While a few of the UCs will accept winter or spring applicants, the majority will only accept students for the fall. As such, we're going to focus on the fall application deadlines for this video. If you are applying for winter or spring, please use the link in the video description below to view your important dates. Let's get started. Fall applications open August 1st, however you are not able to submit until November 1st. It is highly recommended that you begin your application as soon as possible to give yourself plenty of time to be thoughtful and thorough. The deadline to submit is November 30th by 11:59 p.m. The next deadline you should be aware of is the Transfer Academic Update or TAU deadline. In January, you will need to log into your MyUC application to update your fall grades and planned spring courses. Failure to do this may jeopardize your chances for an admission offer. You may begin to receive admission decisions as early as March 1st via the campus's applicant portal, though notifications are sent throughout March until the end of April. If you are placed on a wait list, you must respond by the deadline stated on the offer. Lastly, you must submit your statement of intent to register, accepting the offer of admission, to only one UC campus by May 1st. If you are applying to an impacted major, there may be additional dates for you to keep in mind. Be sure to check your program's requirements at each campus to which you plan to apply. It is important that you understand how your application information will be reviewed. As such, we will discuss the importance of the information you provide and how the campuses will use it to understand the context of your educational experience. There are three categories of requirements that you should be aware of: minimum requirements, major course requirements, and general education requirements. All UC campuses have the same minimum requirements for transfer applicants. These requirements ensure that you are prepared to be academically successful in the UC system. Major and graduation requirements may also be considered during admission selection. While completion of the required courses and strong grades are critical to being a competitive applicant, each campus will be evaluating your application beyond just your courses taken and GPA. Remember, you are not just applying with students from your community, but also from students all over the U.S. and from other countries, whose backgrounds may be similar or different from your own. Even if you think your background may seem typical, it is important to explain why to help the UC admission staff understand you better. In the end, each campus will select the applicants who would best be suited to their campus. It should be noted that each UC campus evaluates you without knowing your status at the other campuses. In other words, they will not admit or deny you due to the admission decision from another campus. In order to make a selection, each application goes through a comprehensive review. In general, the campuses look for three things: strong grades and major preparation, evidence of hard work, and involvement in leadership. They seek students that have challenged themselves and have shown academic promise through their courses, grades, and other academic pursuits. Being a well-rounded student doesn't mean you have to do everything, but that you can demonstrate an inclusive educational experience by your involvement in activities that you are passionate about outside of the classroom. The questions asked throughout the application are used to get a sense of your life, interests, and personality in addition to your coursework and grades earned. With this said, it is important to understand that each applicant is reviewed within the context of their available opportunities. If you do well in comparison to your peers within the same situation, educationally and environmentally, and use the application to explain that context, you will provide the UC readers with a better understanding of how you are able to achieve and complete all that is presented on your application. You would do yourself a disservice not to thoroughly, accurately, and completely fill out all parts of the application. The UC admissions website has a plethora of resources and information available to you. As such, we've listed a few that we found most helpful in the video description below for those needing a bit more guidance with filling out the application. The personal insight questions are an integral part of the UC application and should add meaning to the information you've presented throughout it. While they must be completed by you, the applicant, it is highly recommended that you have someone review them prior to submission. We recommend making an appointment with the Sierra College Writing Center. Don't know how to begin? The University of California created a video to help you understand what they're looking for in your answers. We've linked it down below along with the other UC resources mentioned moments ago. When you're ready to submit, be sure to complete a final, careful review of all the information and personal insight question responses you've entered into the application. Once you've submitted, you will not be able to make any changes. If you have been granted a fee waiver, you will need to accept it prior to finalizing your submission. If you do not qualify for a fee waiver, you will need to pay your application fees by either check or credit card. After your submission is complete, a confirmation page will appear displaying important reminders and your UC application ID number. This ID number is used to access various campus student portals and your admission decisions, so be sure to write it down. After you have submitted your application, you will not be able to make any changes to the content you've provided. You are, however, able to update your name, email, password, and address if needed. You are also able to add additional campuses if it's still before the application deadline. If you change schools, add or drop a course, or fail to earn a C or better in a course during the current academic year, you must notify the UC Application Center, preferably using the Transfer Academic Update. If you have already submitted your TAU, you may email or send a letter to the UC Application Center. Minor changes to your activities, awards, volunteer work, or employment are unlikely to have an impact on your admission decision. However, if you have any significant updates, these too can be mailed. Congratulations! You made it through the UC application information video and hopefully learned a lot about the application process. Of course, you may still have some unanswered questions, so feel free to use the resources we've provided below or contact Career and Transfer Connections to receive any additional assistance. We wish you luck and success for your upcoming transfer.